Some cars are so cheap and so rough that you can't tell if they're a bad idea or the deal of the week. Today, we're looking at 10 of those exact cars. Big projects, small prices, and a few engines that still surprise you. Let's dive in. 1. 1963 Cadillac Deville. We're starting with a big one, literally. This 63 Deville is the kind of car that still looks majestic even when it's dented, rusty, and living off a fuel bottle like it's on hospital life support. The seller says the 390 does run and actually sounds pretty decent, which is already half the battle on a Cadillac this old. Title in hand, frame not too scary, but the floors and trunk have rust trying to escape the car completely. And if you really want to go deep into the rabbit hole, the seller's even willing to negotiate a second parts car. This is either the start of a beautiful resurrection or the beginning of a very large pile of Cadillac pieces in your backyard. Two, 1972 Monte Carlo. Next up, a Monte Carlo that's been handed down like a family project that nobody has the energy to finish. The seller's grandfather wanted to restore it, but the car ended up being a little bigger than his free time and probably his patience. It's fair condition, not running, but the interesting part is the extra 350 and transmission, both recently refreshed and available from another Monte. So you've basically got a roller, a potential heart transplant, and a story behind it. Classic recipe for someone who wants a GM body without the usual 4-digit headaches. Three, 1979 Volvo 244 DL. Now here's a survivor. A yellow brick that's been sitting since 2001 because the original owner got divorced and apparently couldn't stand looking at the car anymore. The current owner bought it from that longtime owner and then also didn't touch it. Interior, surprisingly decent. Body, old repairs holding up better than expected. Rust, a couple bubbles, nothing catastrophic. But make no mistake, this car will need everything. It's a full recommission job from bumper to bumper. Clean title, 2 keys, and a story you'll probably have to explain every time someone asks why you bought a 45-year-old Volvo that's been asleep for 2 decades. Four, 1965 Plymouth Fury III. This Fury is one of those almost there but not really projects. The Poly 318 runs, or at least did run, before the transmission got pulled out for a rebuild that never happened. The brakes are brand new, but still need to be bled. The interior needs everything. The trunk and interior are stuffed with spare parts, both new and used. The good news? It's solid, comes with 2 brand new floor pans, and the price is locked at $2,000. It's the kind of project where all the ingredients are in the kitchen. Someone just needs to actually cook the meal. 5. 1978 Plymouth Duster Valera. This one's simple. V8, automatic, runs and drives, needs brakes, and has no title. If you need a burnout machine for private land, a parts donor, or something to wrench on without paperwork headaches, this is your guy. Gray on red, decent stance, and probably a fun around the yard hot rod once the stopping part is sorted out. Not the cleanest, not the worst, but definitely in that sweet spot of cheap Mopar that still moves under its own power.
6. 1967 Ford Galaxy 500. Here's a big Ford that's actually better than it first sounds. The seller says it's solid, and for a 67 Galaxy, that alone is worth paying attention to. It was a running project car before it got parked, and all the parts that were removed come with it, including a front disc brake kit, which is a nice bonus. Rust is limited to 2 spots around the windshield corners, nothing that requires a tetanus shot just to look at. It's one of those cars where you could roll it into the garage on a Friday, start tinkering, and feel like you're actually making progress by Sunday. 7. 1973 Chrysler New Yorker Brougham. This one has a very barn find but outdoors vibe. It's been sitting on a farm for roughly 30 years, long enough that the roofline has started to disappear and the floor has opened up like a trap door. But here's the twist. The 440 is free and the car still rolls. 3 tires even hold air. The fourth? Well, the fourth one tried its best. It has no title, but a tractor is available to help load it, which tells you everything about the seller's priorities. If you want a big block Mopar core or a parts haul, this is the type of deal you expect to find under an oak tree somewhere in Illinois. 8. 1982 Pontiac Firebird SE. Our cheapest car in the batch, a gold 82 Firebird SE for $500. It's not running, it's rusty, and it has no title. So realistically, this is either yard art or a part stash. But it is a V8 Firebird for the price of a smartphone. Interior's rough, the whole car has seen better days, but for people who love early third gens, this is one of those save it or strip it kinds of deals. Either way, $500 doesn't buy much muscle car anymore, and this is at least shaped like one. 9. 1987 Lincoln Town Car. Here's a classic highway couch that just needs a battery and some brake work before it wakes up. It's rough, but it's complete, and these old town cars are famous for coming back to life with minimal drama. 120k miles, gray over red, and it's already at that fun point where the styling is somehow both dated and charming again. If you want to float down the road like it's 1987 all over again, this is a pretty easy revival candidate.
Number 10. 1973 Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme. Finishing strong with a 73 Cutlass that hasn't been parted out, hasn't been stripped, and still has its 350 and automatic transmission in place. It's got rust, sure, but nothing catastrophic mentioned. 2 owners, 80k miles, and a price that leaves room for someone to either build it back or use it as a donor for another A-body project. It's one of those cars that looks like it's been waiting patiently for someone to give it direction again. And that wraps up this round. 10 more forgotten machines, each one with its own mix of rust, hope, and mystery. Whether you saw something you'd save, something you'd part out, or something you'd run from immediately, that's the fun of it. There's always one car in these lists that surprises somebody. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next hunt.